What if I told you that the most powerful stories from the Salem witch trials were never told? That behind the chaos, behind the fear, and behind the executions, there were voices that history chose to silence. Voices of women, of children, of rebels, of victims not of witchcraft, but of a society poisoned by fear. This isn't the version you read in school. This isn't the tale told in textbooks. This is the truth that was buried beneath centuries of shame, forgotten in dusty court records, and erased from the collective memory, but not anymore. Today, we're diving into the stories the world tried to forget. The real Salem, the hidden Salem, and it begins now. In 1692, Salem Village became the stage for one of the most infamous episodes of mass hysteria in human history. More than 200 people were accused of witchcraft. 19 were executed, and countless others were forever marked. You've heard the headlines, but that's the surface. Beneath it lies a darker truth. A truth about power, silence, and the terrifying consequences of being different. This video is not about witches, it's about people. Real people whose lives were shattered, not by magic but by fear. And if we look closely, we might just see a reflection of our world and theirs. Sarah Wildes was unlike other women in Salem. Outspoken, confident, unafraid to speak her mind. She wore bold clothing, spoke with passion, and didn't fit the mold of the obedient Puritan wife. That alone made her dangerous. When the trials began, Sarah's past was used against her. Old gossip, past arguments, even her style of dress twisted into signs of devilish influence. Her independence was framed as rebellion, her strength as sin. She wasn't a witch. She was a woman who refused to conform, and for that, she paid the price. Her story reminds us how quickly society can turn on those who don't fit, and how easy it is to mistake confidence for guilt. But Salem's cruelty didn't end with adults. It reached even the youngest and most innocent. Dorothy Good was just 4 years old when she was accused of witchcraft. 4. Interrogated by adult men in dark rooms. Held in prison with no understanding of what was happening, and separated from her mother, who was also accused. Her only crime? Being the daughter of someone under suspicion. Dorothy's story is more than tragic, it's revealing. It shows how the fever of fear and judgment can consume logic, justice, even compassion. And it forces us to ask, what kind of society lets its fear grow so large that even a child is seen as a threat? Then there was Mary Warren, a name rarely remembered, but a soul torn in two by the madness of Salem. She was a servant in the home of John Proctor, one of the few who dared to speak against the trials. At first, Mary joined the accusers, pressured by her peers, caught in the whirlwind. But as the hysteria grew, so did her doubts. She tried to tell the truth. She confessed that the girls were pretending, that it was all a lie. But in Salem, truth was dangerous. Her retraction made her a target. She was accused, threatened, and forced back into silence. Mary's story is the story of many of those who wanted to speak, but were too afraid to lose everything. Her courage and her silence echo through time. These were not witches. These were people, mothers, daughters, workers, rebels. Their only crime was being different, inconvenient, or simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. And yet, they were erased. Their names not carved into monuments. Their stories not told in classrooms. But now, we listen. Now, we remember. Because understanding the past isn't just about facts and dates, it's about empathy. About seeing those who were once invisible, and about making sure that silence never wins again. Salem was not just a tragedy of its time, it's a warning for ours. A reminder of what happens when fear overpowers truth. If this story moved you, share it. Let these forgotten voices be heard again. Leave a comment with the stories from history you want uncovered. There are so many more. Like this video if you believe in giving voice to the silent, and subscribe if you're ready to dive deeper into the stories that were never meant to be forgotten. Because history isn't just about the past, it's about the voices we choose to hear today.